Going live. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And
together
together
we're
we're
the
the
Rainbow
Rainbow
Grannies.
Grannies. Hey.
Hey, we're normally on TikTok live at 8 in the morning on Edie Rainbow Granny, but guess what? For some reason,
TikTok
these
spanked me again.
two old ladies. What in the world could we do?
God only knows,
It might
TikTok
be.
has been so sensitive to us lately. It's unbelievable. I mean, you figure as the younger ladies, they can get on there showing all kind of cleavage
Look at that.
and just,
Ooh,
you know,
yeah.
hey,
Nope.
Jared, good
Oh,
morning.
of course, I guess if we were on TikTok, we'd
Yeah,
get
if we was
butted
on
off just for
TikTok,
that.
I'd probably get butted off because my bra strap was showing. Good morning, Jared. Good to see you.
So what happened? I think I figured
Hey,
it out. Hey,
Sandra.
Sandra. Hey, Jared. I think what I figured it out. I figured it out.
Mm,
What it is there is so much sexual slang out there now that we don't know about.
that's true.
And so we're probably saying those words or phrases having no idea
Yeah,
because
yeah.
a lot of them are just normal things that you'd say when you're making salad in
Hey,
the kitchen.
wait. No. Yesterday, yesterday, the young lady said something like, she's out of here. I'm going to bounce. Now, I remember that being slang when we were growing up. She is older
Yeah.
or our age
Yeah.
too. And she's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to bounce. And so I
Uh-huh.
was just like, yeah, bounce. And next thing you know, doop. So,
Yeah.
hello, how you doing?
Amanda.
Oh my goodness, Mandy. Well, you know what? I'm so glad you're here to join us. We're not doing TikTok this morning. We're coming in right off of YouTube, and we're being spanked from TikTok. Normally, we do TikTok for an hour, and then we come on here and do YouTube for an hour, and we have coffee with the Rainbow Grannies, and we
There
allow
you
you guys
go.
to chit chat with us about anything you want to talk about, or we talk about whatever pops into my mind, and so
Yeah, oh, I'm
on
Auntie
Sissy
Sissy from TikTok.
Well,
Oh,
it's good to
okay.
see you.
I know. What was on your mind this morning?
Well,
It was. What did I
stop
want
it,
to say?
Jared. See, if we were on TikTok, Jared would get us in trouble.
If we read that out loud.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
That's
everybody viewing
see,
this who
I was
don't see
thinking
the
about
show.
it this morning because it's
Mm-hmm.
been on my mind what happened yesterday. Can everybody please make sure they give us a thumbs up, whoever's here, so that we can maybe help push this out a little bit? So I was thinking this morning, I thought I need to make a little sign that sits right in front of my camera that says, no sex talk, no alcohol talk, no smoking talk, no drug talk, no,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, no talk.
No talk.
No
Don't
talk.
go live on TikTok with no talk. I don't know how long I will be here. I am still so very sick. Just gave a thumbs up.
Thank you
Okay,
very
thank you,
much,
Sandra.
Sandra. I really appreciate you, and I love the fact that you watch all our videos. I know we're not pumping them out like we used to, but we're still having a good time.
Hey, and if you're able to hang in there, we give you some cheer this morning. That
That's
would be
right.
good.
Help make you laugh a little bit.
Hey.
So I don't know. There's only let's see. From what I can tell, it looks like there's only 4 people here. Jared, get out there and let everybody
Yeah.
know from TikTok we're over here. I turned Judy's camera on live on TikTok.
He'll try to, anybody who comes in there would know to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went to a play last night.
Yeah, we did. It was real
Talk about
nice.
that.
It
So
was it was actually very nice. It was a play. What was the name of the play?
the Bluegrass Mile.
Yeah, so it had to do with black jockeys in the 1870
Eighteen
something.
seventy something. Yeah,
Yeah.
35 years after emancipation, I think, something like that. So yeah, it plays written by Mark Clayton Sellers. He's a wonderful playwright, and he supports playwrights in Pittsburgh with his theater company. And so he had a new play out, and I was excited because playwrights, we don't get a new play out every year. It takes a long time writing anything.
So good morning, Herman Boston. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Are you from TikTok originally, or did you just find us here on YouTube? So I want to know. I
Yeah,
want to
we just
know.
want to.
I just want to
So
know.
nice, the Bluegrass Mile. Is that right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. That's what it's called. If you're in Pittsburgh, come see it. If you're
It
not in
was
Pittsburgh, just look
fantastic.
for it.
Yes. Yeah. You know what?
Great
Because
play.
I got a feeling this one's going to go somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't say if it'd be Broadway, but it was pretty darn good. I
yeah.
was not, I mean, of course I dozed a little bit because
That's
that's
what you
me.
do.
but it was only a little bit towards the beginning when I dozed. So the rest of it, I saw it. It was really good. The actors were really
Oh,
good. I
how those
don't know
were.
what the young man's name is. Did you bring your program
Ah,
in? No,
oh,
that's okay. There was a young man that was in this play, and we will find out what his name is. It was amazing the acting ability that this young man had. He looked like he was maybe what,
looked
15?
real young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
he
don't know
did.
if his age was looking younger or whatever,
Hmm.
but he could pull up tears. My mom used to call them crocodile tears. He could pull them tears up. And he
Hmm.
didn't boo-hoo or nothing. I know
Yeah.
how like they say when you're acting that you got to put your mind frame in something that'll make you be able to cry like that. Because he didn't boo-hoo. I mean, just tears would run down his face. And then see, but if I pull myself into that sad, dark spot, it takes a lot to pull me up out of there. I can't be
Yeah,
joking and laughing with you 10 minutes from now
right.
because,
You're not gonna be
well,
like
that would be,
remembering your
I
lines.
think that would be bipolar or something. When if it works like that. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Fuzzy
Edie and Judy
Bear.
and everyone. Hey, Fuzzy Bear. I see you got all your coffee cups and hearts and Fuzzy Bear.
Thank you. If you didn't remember to put up a thumbs up, please thank you for doing that for us. And I see all the little hearts stroking up and everything. It's going to be, I'm sure, a little slow this morning just because there's a lot of people that aren't used to us doing this,
Hmm.
and we're just, hey, TikTok
But
is what it is.
we gotta have our
Until
coffee.
I
I have TikTok too. Okay.
Okay, until I learn to,
Hmm.
to follow the rules, the TikTok rules, then this is
And if
just,
they would at least let us know what we said, we have no idea.
you know what? That's it. They took away the video that I did yesterday, and then you know how they record our lives, and then they left smidgens, but all the smidgens they left are all just ordinary stuff. Nothing that says,
Hmm.
thank you, Jared.
Yeah, I want to thank you so much, Jared. So everybody will know we're over here. I mean, everybody who was on yesterday knows that we got cut off, bounced off. But ooh, I still got wood again. Bounce. Those who know, they find us.
Yes. Good morning, Chrissy. How you doing? Hope you're doing good today. You
Yeah.
know,
Let's see. You have to figure out how to go to the edge of the feeling and lean over the chasm without falling in. Do you
yeah,
act? Do you do acting?
chasm. Is that what it is? So,
Good
I
morning.
mean,
Yeah.
I
Good
don't
morning,
think I
Christy.
could do it because when I pull myself down like that, I mean, I could do it right now, but it would take something special to bring me up. Like Judy say something like, "We can go out to breakfast." Well, I don't think that would do it. Or new rims and tires for your truck. That would probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
That would pull me right up out of there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you don't act professionally, but do you do like community theater, things like that?
Are you local?
Mm.
Judy's always
Yeah.
looking for somebody to read for her because she has, several plays in the making and everything, and there's always somebody that needs to read.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
and I do, and I always like to cheer everybody on because theater is theater. Boy, I was so down and out, and what did we do? I had a meeting with theater, and Edie came with me. We had dinner and talked with some folks about theater project, talking about gay theater project we want to do,
Yeah.
and I was on such a high after that.
Well, there
And
used to
then,
be a
you
time
know,
where Judy did a Pride Theater here in Pittsburgh, and that's when I found out that I was dating Judy and how special
mhm.
she was because I mean, it turned out she was kind of a little celebrity, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm dating Judy Mason.
Hey, thank you, Jody, telling me to not fall for it.
Shut
You
up,
know,
Jared.
what
Mind,
are
mind your business. Mind
they?
your business. Okay. Ju- Judy knows. I did mention to her last week that it looks like the front tires are wearing a little bit.
And
So,
then told me how expensive they are.
yes,
Maybe
I
they
think
just
we
need to be
need, I think
rotated.
so.
Yeah. When's the last time they were rotated?
I
That
don't
might be.
know.
I don't know either because I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff.
No. You know what used to be in the old days when they rotated tires, you just went to the place and told them when you got your oil change, could you rotate my tires? Now
Hmm.
they want like $100 to rotate the tires. It's
And then
ridiculous.
another 100 to balance them.
Oh my God, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we should just open up our own mechanic shop and have the equipment we need,
So
huh?
one of the
But
things
we
I
got a
wanted to
whole
talk
bunch of
about this morning.
grandchildren. We got a whole bunch of TikTok grandchildren to rotate our tires for.
No, yes, we do, but where are they? Okay,
Yeah.
where are they? Let's
Hmm.
see.
I brought homework on me.
Hey, Jared.
Can I warm up my coffee? I'll be right back.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I can actually talk about this for a moment without you.
Okay.
Okay. What I want to talk about is this morning I was telling Judy about this lady that I know, personally. There's a very, very nice lady. She's just like, like me. Good mom, sweet to the kids, and, just an all around good person and everything. But she got busted for um, writing, um, for falsifying prescriptions for prescription drugs. But what she was writing them for was um, nasal spray. Do any of you guys ever heard of anybody that's addicted to nasal spray? I have never. I heard that, some people really like it and everything, but to be addicted enough that you would falsify, you know, I just don't know. And I don't know what, because I have some nasal spray, but it doesn't do anything for me. It's just not where I want to be. Yeah, that's what they said. It's Saunders saying it's severely addicting. So is that just regular nasal spray? Addiction is a crazy thing. It sure is. Is that like the kind like what is that I have? Some kind that help me like my sinuses, or is it like a special nasal spray that like people that like drugs use, or is it like a saline rinse, or is that something we can even talk about? Because God knows I don't need to get in no trouble just because I'm sitting here at my table having coffee.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube, not TikTok.
Oh, okay. Jared says you can't breathe once. Okay, once you get addicted to it, and okay, and so then without it, you just feel like you can't breathe. Because I mean, I feel sorry for this
Wow.
lady. Is a nice lady. She's just, I mean, a nice mom, good person, real pretty. Carries herself well, works a nice job and all that. But she just couldn't. She just got out of control with this stuff, and she had to go to jail. She actually had to do jail time. I mean, you guys, I'm bad. I'm the bad girl. I'm a badass, right? But I can't do no jail. Because I'm too soft. I am. I'm too soft. I get in there and be whining and crying, and I probably throw
maybe
myself down the steps.
maybe we can practice being in jail. We can just practice at
You
home
got
and
the striped
toughen you
uniform
up.
on, huh? She does look kind of thuggy like today, don't she? Shoot. Is what, let's see. Ephraim is what a relative was on and was highly addicted to. Yeah, see, I just don't understand it. So
Yeah,
that's why they probably only give you like one or two prescriptions of it, and then they don't
right.
give you any more. See, I don't like it. I have some in it. Anybody, well, no, but I have some in there, and I probably use 2 squirts of it because I hate the taste of it when it goes down the back of your
Yeah,
throat. My sister was addicted and she would panic and carry on if she couldn't
can you
find
find it?
it. She couldn't breathe. It led to other drugs, actually. Wow.
Right.
My mother in law was addicted to it. Oh my God.
Wow.
See, I remember my mother, my mother has been gone probably about 20 years now, and she was having some nasal problems, and she went to the doctor and got her nasal spray. And I had heard something about it way back then, and I told her then, I said, Mom, I said, don't, be careful with that stuff because I hear, it can
Hmm.
mess you up. And I said, why
Yeah.
don't you just use like some saline in between or something
Mm-hmm.
like that to help.
Yeah, we can buy it freely here.
Wow. Yeah, I would never think that, but I guess
That there would
it
be, but that's an awful feeling if that's what it's doing, and then you feel like you can't breathe because with some other drugs, it's because you want to get that high again, and you're
yeah,
chasing
this
that
is
high
probably
that you can never
opening
get
up.
again.
It's
But
probably
this is,
opening up the passages and making it
mm-hmm.
feel good. And yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah,
But that's what I had heard, that it could be some bad stuff. And addiction is a horrible thing. I mean, I was addicted to alcohol, which I guess a lot of people say I'm still addicted to alcohol. I just don't do alcohol.
mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, I don't do um like a steak that's cooked in sherry at a restaurant. If it
Right.
says that it's cooked in any kind of alcohol or whatnot, I don't even mess with that. And I know people say it's burned off or anything. But you know what?
They still
I've
gonna
got
be.
such a nose for alcohol that we went to a restaurant, my daughter and I, and we had cream brulee. And when they brought that cream brulee out and they
Mhm.
held it, I smelled it. And I told her, I says, nah, I'm gonna pass on it because I know that alcohol had got me pretty good. I've been fortunate enough, never been to jail, never wrecked my car, never lost my job.
Right, never hurt
Yeah,
anybody.
my bills has
Right.
always been paid and everything like that.
Mhm.
But the God is honest truth, I was out of control. It had me, and so I avoid anything. I don't
Yeah,
do
they
cough
even,
medicine that has alcohol in it because I'm
right.
afraid of that. Because I've seen people that have an alcohol problem and they'll
They'll
drink
drink
a
the cough
cough medicine
medicine
or
or the
mouthwash.
mouthwash,
Right. They'll just
soy
do
sauce.
really. I didn't know
Yeah,
about that. I don't drink soy sauce. It's too
yeah,
salty.
yeah.
But if it was, I would. If it, if I didn't, if I realized there was a problem with it, I would
Mhm.
not do it because I'm so afraid of. I mean, my
Mhm.
addiction now involves food. Always has food. I love food and chocolate. Good Lord. But any kind of sweets, any
Yeah.
kind of sweets, I am out of control. I will eat it till I like pass out.
Do that again. I want to see Pat.
That's what I look like when have my chocolate fix.
Yeah.
What do you look
Eat it.
like when you had your
Eat
chocolate fix? I wasn't thinking that one, Jared. I was addicted to Afrin for 15 years, or 15 years ago. I got off of it by using it in only one side. Oh, okay. It let the other side stay swollen shut. Within a few days, the side opened up. Then I let the. Okay,
Oh,
well,
wow.
thank you, Lori. That is so nice for you to share that. I hope I
Right.
read it all for you. You
Yeah.
want to read that?
So I was addicted to Afrin 15 years ago, and I got off of it by using it in only one side. I let the other side stay swollen shut. Within a few days, the side opened up. Then I let the other side swell. Wow, that is really
Wow.
good to because
See, that's
who would
because
think
you
of
were
that? Right,
aware that there was like a
right.
real serious problem here and that
And
you
and you
had to
can't just
overcome it.
and you can't just stop both. That's what they were saying, then because then it's all swollen and people feel like they can't breathe.
Hey, Amanda. Hi,
That is really
Charlie.
good. Wow.
Yeah, so that was one of the things we wanted to talk about today was addiction because we felt like, I mean, a lot of us have different kinds of addictions and like currently my addiction is sugar. I've always had a problem with sugar. And I think that alcohol has a lot to do with the sugar too,
Hmm.
because I think I know a lot of times when people stop drinking, they like substitute a lot of their alcohol for
Hmm.
sugar and chocolate.
Right,
They'll eat
right.
M
And
and
I've
M's,
always
M and
heard about
M's.
chocolate and alcohol going hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, actual reality, are you not streaming today on TikTok? Seems YouTube is earlier. And you're right, it is. We
It is.
got kicked off of TikTok. So, we put my TikTok live on to help direct some
Yeah,
folks over here who might pop on there.
like right now, Judy's phone is on in the other room with a thing saying follow us on Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies on
Yeah.
YouTube. So if you would, when you if you see that over there on TikTok, make sure you're following Judy, and then that way you'll know when
Yeah.
anything. See, I keep getting in trouble on TikTok, and I'm not. And you guys know I ain't that bad. I mean, in the realm of TikTok,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So I mean, I must say something every once in a while that TikTok thinks is bad, and I mean, you never seeing my cleavage. I don't show my cleavage. I ain't up here twerking,
Uh-huh.
because my back won't let me twerk. Good Lord. We have to dial 911. Edie's twerking, you
Yeah,
know?
let alone a stripper pole, huh?
Well, you know, we was out the other night and it was
Mm.
everything I could do. For one, we were at that restaurant with the people from your playwriting thing,
Yeah.
and I was being, the dignified wife, right?
Hmm.
Which is, I was acting.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was working on my Academy Award.
Yes, you were. Okay.
So I saw a pole over in the corner there, and it
You really
wasn't.
had to hold back, didn't
Oh, I'm
you?
telling you, it wasn't a real stripper pole. It was more like a sewage pole or a water pole, and it was
Mhm.
painted nice and everything. And I just really wanted to go over there, wrap my arm around that pole, swing my leg up around it, and throw myself out and say, "Take my picture, Judy."
Hey, Fuzzy Bear said that your TikTok account is restored. He was on it before he came here.
On my TikTok,
Start going sub only on TikTok to save your account. Start what
no,
that
we
mean?
tried that too.
Mm.
I tried that too. I got in trouble like that one night. I know. We were downtown. I've been getting in trouble ever since
Oh
I did.
yeah, that's why I couldn't believe it because I always thought we get booted off because somebody reports something, but apparently it's just some algorithm doing it.
Right. We were downtown and they were selling like CBD or something like that. And so the young man, let's see, started. Oh, okay. So the young man had all this CBD. You guys, a lot of yous were there, and we were doing sub only. We were at a festival, and
Right.
so he had some kind that was blueberry or whatever. And I just wanted to smell, what that smelled like. And so he let me smell it, and he's like, it just smells like blueberry muffins, bacon and stuff. Next thing I know, boom, TikTok knocks me off because they said that I was promoting whatever. And I mean, I wasn't promoting nothing. I just wanted to see what it smelled like.
And it was legal. I mean,
Right.
that's the other thing. It's not talking even about anything not legal.
I'm checking my
Well, at
phone
least I
here.
guess legal
No,
here.
it says I'm still suspended.
Hmm.
It says I will be suspended until October the 21st, which makes it really hard too because my birthday is tomorrow
Tomorrow,
and I
right?
wanted to do TikTok live for my birthday, but I'll be here. I'll be here helping YouTube pump it up.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There
Mm-hmm.
we go.
We, you
Well,
know
this
what?
thing
We
that
might
you
sit
could
around and do
this
nose spray all day. Nah,
no, this ain't that you could do subscription only,
yeah,
even if you're banned. They
no,
said it's still available.
yeah,
I don't know. So we could do that, and we do YouTube for your birthday. And then we
yeah.
can all
See,
sing
it comes
"Happy
up where it
Birthday" to
says
you.
go live here. It won't even let me
It
touch
won't
that
even.
button.
So yeah, wow.
Yeah.
But if you know mine, what am I, Judy Rainbow Granny or
Uh
something
huh.
like that?
Right.
And maybe look for
I'm
mine and
going
we'll
to the
sing happy
live center
birthday.
here.
We'll sing happy birthday to you. You want us to sing happy birthday to you now?
Only if everybody's going to put their birthday suits on, Jared. And I know my cough is coming back, guys. Thank you.
You may wonder why I
I did
have this
appeal it. I did appeal it, and it was denied.
denied.
And I mean, it's happened to me a lot. Not a lot, but a
Well, it
lot,
seems a
quite a
lot.
bit, quite a bit. Since we
I mean,
since we went to the subscriber thing, it seems like it's happening all the time, and it's not like I'm doing anything really bad. I
maybe
mean,
they changed something in their algorithm and it's broken. They gotta, got too strict. Because sometimes I've had that happen with like email and then the sometimes with email they'll do something with the parameters for spam and it'll make it too tight and then they have to loosen it again. Maybe they did something with the algorithm on TikTok and they gotta fix it.
I'm going to cough.
Uh-oh.
Don't let my
That
don't let
means
my butt hang out. You got it?
okay. Don't wear your birthday suit too soon. It's not till tomorrow. Wow. So let's see. I'm looking at my bunch of books here to do a book report. Let's see. Contact Jeffree Star. He runs TikTok. Oh, okay. So, okay. Let's see. Book report. So, I've got a bunch of books. See? So, which one do we want to look at? We've got Drapetomania, which is a love story between two men who had been enslaved and, got themselves free and joined the Union Army. It's a great novel, actually. It's a page turner. And this is The Death of Vivek OG. This is from a Nigerian writer, and it is about someone who, transitions. Beautiful, beautiful story. I'll save the rest of the books here for every time Edie needs to take off for a minute.
Yeah, I got that sinus. See, that's what they gave me the nasal spray for, was because my sinuses drained. So But like I said, I don't. Especially even listening to you guys, where different people, or some of you were people that suffered from being addicted to, nasal spray. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, so let me think. What else were we talking about? We got two
Well, we
light
were.
bulbs out in our lamp.
Huh. Well, we were talking
One's
about
one's going.
the young man and what a good actor he was,
Hmm.
and that was really nice
Yeah, for
because
some folks who jumped in late, we went to see a play yesterday. We've been having a nice weekend of dates, you know? We went out on Friday night and were on the Gateway Clipper where we had dinner, the Sunset Cruise, and dancing.
yep. And then on the way
And
home, Pitt was shooting off their fireworks, so we got to see a fireworks display.
right. And then,
Do you think that's when I got in trouble yesterday, dear Jared? When I said, and then,
and then that must have been the bad words. And then,
yep, because
and then.
I'm not leaving much to the imagination.
And then Edie said, well, what do we have special for Saturday? What's going on Saturday? I said, matinee. We can go see Mark Clayton Souther's new play, The Bluegrass Mile.
Yes.
So, and that was
And
about,
it was a
yeah,
wonderful play. It was about black jockeys in the 1870s. And
great.
so, and it took place in a boarding house, which was just a really, really, the actors were wonderful.
It
It
was
was
out of this
good.
world.
The scenery was great because my mind always goes like a little deeper. I'm always looking at the scenery. I look at the period pieces, the furniture. I was checking out the furniture. I could tell that it was authentic, um, antique,
Hmm.
real. And I noticed the chip in the coffee table. I mean, I'm like, my mind
It is
just
all.
goes all that
And
places.
then what they did, because it's these jockeys, right? And how do you have a horse race on stage?
Ah,
And so they got these. I mean, what you can't even call them carousel pieces. What were they?
they were
Those
like
huge
life-size
horses,
horses,
life-size horses.
but it was really
And what
good to
we're
watch it.
wondering is like, where did he get them from?
Yeah, yeah. Where do you get life-size
Hmm.
faked horses for a play? It was just really
Yeah.
nice.
So the
So that's what I
bluegrass.
always look at
Yeah.
is those kind of things. Wondering like, do you order that stuff in, or do you have a big storage room that you just keep junk in? Or does he need somebody to do that kind of shopping for him? Because
There you go.
I am the girl. I'm the
That's
one
true.
that love myself some thrift shops and all that junk.
True. So then today we've got a party to go to this afternoon.
Yep. An old friend of mine, Frida, passed away several years ago, and almost every year they get together at this bar and have a little get together for Frida,
Right.
because there was a time where there's a huge group of us and we all got together all the time, and it was Frida was the one that got the whole group started.
Right.
One person at a time. I met her at a party, and from that day on, she invited me to the house to stay, and we were friends forever
Right.
until she passed away once.
And that was the thing with Frida. Apparently, all these folks who would never have known each other, but like one by one, she just sees each person and invites them in.
Right,
And she did
gravitated.
this with me. Well, when Edie and I met each other, the second time we met each other at the music
She's
festival.
the person that said that I needed to get up there with that girl,
Hmm.
when Judy had asked me to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I had asked Edie if she wanted to sit up front with me to watch the concert, and she said, "No, no, I'll just hang here with my friends." And Frida said, "Well, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
A woman invites you to go up and sit with her and watch the concert. What are you doing here with us?"
Right, get up there, girl. And it's like, you're right. So next thing you know, I'm up there. I might have even
Yeah.
had this hat on. Well, no, I don't know,
Hmm.
but I mean, I've had this hat for a long time.
So I want to tell you something about Edie, though, too. This was really nice. When we go, like if we're out, when we would go out to the club, and she would see somebody sitting by themselves, because a lot of people don't have someone to go with to the bar, right? And to
Mm-hmm.
go with to go dancing. Especially if you're gay, you go by yourself, hoping to like,
Meet
okay, I'm
somebody.
gay, yeah. So because you don't have friends who are gay, so what do? Edie will always go up to somebody who's alone and say, "Hey, come on and join us. Wait, what's your name? Blah blah blah. Whatever you start talking shit with them and introduce them to other people and invite them to the table."
Yeah. I know.
So
I thought about that lady last night at the play that was sitting
yeah,
in front of us
mm-hmm,
by herself, but she seemed like she was having a good time. But I do
yeah,
regret during the intermission not taking more time to
and to chat with
interact
her or
with her.
something. Uh
Yeah,
huh. Yeah.
because when you take time out to interact with people like that, it warms them.
Mm-hmm.
It warms them. You take a few minutes to warm them. Somebody that like the lady yesterday, somebody that bothered getting dressed, bought a ticket, came to a play by herself and sat
Right.
there and was enjoying it and everything. A lot of people like being by themselves. It's fine, and I'm not going to sit down there and drink or pop, but
Mhm.
just to interact. So you
Yeah.
guys, that when I'm always telling you do something nice,
Mhm.
that's something nice to
Mhm.
do.
And it is, and just say hi to someone. 'Cause I mean, when you say a lot of people like to be by themselves, but I think since I was a kid, I loved theater. And they would have in the summertime, they would have plays in the park. They would have a stage in the park and do a play. And so I always went by myself because nobody wanted to go with me. And for me, I thought it's a free play in the park. This is great. How can nobody want to go? I didn't know it was a special passion that not everybody had.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was used to going by myself to see plays. But and so that's where a lot of times, even if you're coupled up, somebody likes one thing and somebody else doesn't. It's like, well, go anyway. You go for each other. And Edie always goes, well, but the circuit here, I think the theater world here knows that we go together to a play. We sit in front so I can lip read. Edie falls asleep for the first act and wakes up for the second act. I mean, we just must be known as a couple now to do this, right?
Yes.
And um, yeah, and I never went fishing. I was never interested in fishing. Edie goes fishing. I go with her and I get into it. I see what she's interested in, what she wants to do, and then I know if there's a big fish, she's not going to get it with the net. So that's when my chance to feel all bush and everything. Saying, "I'll go get it for you. Catch a fish. I got the net."
Yeah, so you're right, Chrissy. Um, it does. It makes you feel good, and it makes someone else feel good when you step out there and you say hello to them or compliment them on what
Hmm.
they're wearing and everything. It does. It warms everybody up. You know,
Yeah.
Fuzzy Bear, you are just so sweet. I want to thank everybody that come over here to listen to us and have some coffee this morning because, you know, I know, some of you just been hanging in there for so long. It's just so nice to know that you're going to be there. And it's
Yeah,
nice.
that's exactly it. That's what I was going to say. I didn't know how to word it that way. It feels good knowing that you're going to be there. We get up and we know we're going to have coffee and we want to sit with friends, and
Mm-hmm.
here we all are, and this is really really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
don't forget to click the thumbs up button. And if you're here and you haven't typed anything, just make sure you type something in the chat there, even if it's just typing what city you're from, so that the algorithm knows how many people typed. And I'm addicted to
do
Rainbow
Rainbow
Granny.
Grannies.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
a healthy thing to be addicted to. You can't go wrong
yeah,
there.
yeah. That's the morning, Destin. That's right.
Now, if we were the Rainbow Grannies and we were on 24/7, then it would be a problem. But because we're only here for an hour or two in the morning, it's okay.
That's nice though. That's nice. It's not overkill.
Mm-hmm. I'm addicted too.
Oh,
I'm gonna warm up some more coffee
that
for us.
sounds great.
You got this?
Yeah, I'll think of something to talk about. We can read my hat.
There you go.
Let's see. Well, this one was sent to us by one of the subscribers, and it says protect trans kids. But and this one she sent too, but also this one. I remember when I bought this one at the Ohio Women's Festival, and it says LGBT Month 2009. I came out of the closet and never looking back. So I honestly can't tell you if that was the year or what happened. And this one says, I'm so gay, I can't even think straight, you know? So, oh, this one, I got it, I think the last year at the Ohio Women's Festival because we volunteered to help out do something, you know? Oh, and this one says, like a lollipop. Let's see, I came across their live a few months ago. Let's see. Good morning. Will you come on more often? Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Yes, we do. We come on every Saturday and Sunday at 9 o'clock on YouTube, and we usually do 8 o'clock on TikTok. But yesterday I got spanked on TikTok, so we're on punishment for a week. And believe me, I did not say anything that was really bad. TikTok can be kind of iffy, like my bra strap showing. I mean, God only knows I could be like kicked off of TikTok because of that. Yep. But if I didn't wear one, I wouldn't be kicked off. I know, but come on more often. Well, House 2, where are you from? Thank you very much for typing to us. Speaking of addiction, my dad was an alcoholic. So even though I am not an alcoholic, my max is 2 drinks. I never wanted to repeat that pattern. You know what, Lori? That's the God's truth. My father was an alcoholic too. And I mean, he was a nice alcoholic. He never lost his job. He never beat my mom. We lived a semi normal life, for what I thought was a normal life. But I actually thought as I was growing in my teenage years and stuff, and I realized that my father was an alcoholic, I actually thought it was something that he could control. I remember
Mhm.
thinking I was so angry at him when he did pass away. I was 16. I was so angry at him because I thought all he had to do was just quit drinking. He couldn't just quit drinking so that he could spend the rest of his life with me. And no, he couldn't. He
Mhm.
tried and he couldn't. He needed more help than what he was getting.
Mhm.
It just there was I think that there's so many times there's issues that you're dealing with that you're just like burying them down. Well, the
Yeah, that
self-medication.
is self-medication, whether it's issues, whether it's a health thing going on, or an emotional issue. Either way, it's just self-medication.
Yeah.
I was kind of like you, Lori. I knew there was alcoholism in my family, not in my immediate family, but in my broader extended family. So I was always extremely careful. Whenever I went out to drink, I would just get one alcohol drink, and nurse that all evening long, and sipped it with ginger ale or whatever on the side. So,
Yeah. See, me,
um,
I could never do one. I wasn't happy till the bottle was empty. And then I was asleep. So yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I mean, like I said, I never I never started fights and never wrecked my car, never went to jail and all that. But I was out of it.
yeah. Lori's bringing up a good point. Back then, there wasn't resources to get help.
Right.
Plus, there was the stigma.
Oh, definitely.
I'll get a coffee.
Definitely. There is the stigma now. I mean,
Yeah.
I do something right now that a lot of people wouldn't dream of doing by coming on here live on that's being recorded right now and clearly just stating it to all the people that are on my live and all the people that will watch my live for the rest or the video for whatever and just outward saying it. I was an alcoholic and I don't know a lot of people consider it as you are still an alcoholic and yes, I don't mess around with nothing that has alcohol in it. I don't drink cough medicine that has alcohol. I don't do mouthwash that has alcohol. I don't eat a steak that's been cooked in bourbon. I don't do bourbon um, barbecue sauce. Nothing because I can smell that 100 miles away. Um, I don't like. I don't even like to go to places. And I was a drinker. Everybody tell you I'm a good drinker too. I just one of them ones have a good time and everything, but I don't even really like. We're going to this party this afternoon,
Mhm.
and it's at a bar, and I don't like going to bars. I don't like going because I don't like the smell. As soon as I hit that door, I don't like the smell. And it's not that it makes me want to drink; it makes me nauseous to even think about the smell. So we'll go in, and thank God I have Judy as my partner because she's not going to be like, come on, Edie, let's stay, let's have a few. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to get that out of her.
Yeah, I want to talk about this a little bit with being a partner. Some things we learned that, there's a lot of things that I know, but I don't know how to explain it, right? Until somebody else does. So we were with the group at the Ohio Women's Music Festival. We were going every year to it. And so we thought that was a group of women who all, had stopped alcohol, right? And Edie was saying, well, and I feel bad for Judy because, maybe she wants to drink and I'm not drinking and she won't drink she won't go and drink because I'm not drinking. And I didn't know how to explain to Edie, but it's like I thought, well, we're in this together. And this is something we don't do, with any kind of health problem somebody has, well then we're both in it together. And they finally said to Edie, well, maybe it's not important for me to drink. And I said, that's what it is. It's not important for me to drink. But I never knew how to explain that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to put it
Well,
out there
but we do
because a
like
lot of,
we'll go different places and you'll
yeah,
have one or so
every
like
once in a
that,
while
you
I'll have a
know.
drink, but I'm saying
Yeah.
this, but it's not important. I mean, it's like I'm not 20 years old going out to the bar and getting drunk and dancing and say, hey, come on, this is the life. It's just, I've done all of that.
Right.
But
Right.
it doesn't matter. And like I said, with alcoholism in my extended family, it was not something that I just indulged in anyway.
Well, and with people that understand alcohol and alcoholism, And a lot of people, you guys that are sitting there listening and stuff realize too, I cannot be in a relationship with someone that would be sitting here drinking a beer right now. I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it. My there's a smell thing with it that
Mm-hmm.
bothers me, that I just can't stand it, and I don't want to be around it, and I don't want to go back there, and I don't want to be that Edie. I remember when I quit smoking the first time. I said, I want to be the grandma that smells like chocolate chip cookies, not the one that smells like cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So
Mm-hmm.
between these past few years, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but boy, do I love myself some chocolate.
Yeah, and Lloyd saying I don't need alcohol to have a good time, and that's true too.
See, and
Yeah,
I
it was
did.
something
That's the way
else.
I felt I did.
Right.
I
You
actually
were
thought
afraid
I
that.
wasn't going to be able to carry on a conversation with people. I thought I wouldn't be able to be any fun
Mm-hmm.
or funny. I mean, I thought
Mm-hmm.
all those things, that would be hard for me as someone that
Right.
was so used to drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I had no personality. I wouldn't be able to charm a woman. I wouldn't be able to nothing if I wasn't having a drink.
She charms me every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So have
Judy's
you
getting ready to
know?
read some of the.
Oh, Wesley's here. What? Hey,
Hey,
Wesley,
Wesley.
didn't see you there right away.
When he said Judy
Cool.
is the best, you saw that, huh?
Ah, no, I
Good
didn't.
morning,
So
ladies. Thank you, Wesley. Let's see. I don't need alcohol to have a good time, from Lori. She said.
yeah.
And then Chrissy says,
This is me with my partner. He's an alcoholic who had been sober for 16 years. Yeah.
right,
And Wesley's, I totally understand, Chrissy, but I am not an alcoholic. I choose not to drink.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And that's
Hey.
that's what Judy. She's not an alcoholic. She just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really drink, And to me, my mind just didn't. I mean, it just couldn't wrap around that. To me, there was no fun involved unless we had a bottle. It
Mm-hmm.
was just like, I mean, I
Well,
drink.
and we kind of grow up this way, right? I mean, we kind of grow up where, a good time means going out to the bar and getting drunk. This is what
Or
a good
picking
time
up a
means.
6 pack and riding down the dirt
Yeah.
road. I never drank beer that
Yeah.
much, but we always had a bottle of something. Now look at you being in an open relationship and being live on
And so
social media.
that is awesome, and you should be so
I am proud, but
proud.
when
I
you
gotta
say
go back to
open,
something. Yeah, let's go back.
let's go back to
What
open relationships.
what's her burner phone number, Lori? I need to know.
I
I
I
mean, if she's
think
gonna have a burner phone because she's in an open relationship, I gotta know about this.
I don't think she meant the open relationship like we mean. Yeah, Lori, last week we were on here and we were talking about open relations, or not open.
Not
We were
open
talking about
relationship, but
burner
somebody
phones.
somebody who said that my who is it, girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever
Yes,
has a burner phone,
has two
should I be
phones.
worried?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. I have not had an alcoholic beverage in 12 years. Let's see. I have been
Yeah,
there. My
my mother was
mother
an
was an
alcoholic.
alcoholic. Yes.
And
Yeah.
she said, "No, I meant you both being open about
I
your
know.
relationship."
It's okay, Lori. Hey, you know what though? I mean, because I did want to spend a good bit of time talking. We'll talk about everything, but I did want to talk about addiction, because like I said, this gets recorded and it gets played again, and there's a lot of people that out there that have problems with addiction, and for them to see somebody that is functionable, that does not have to have alcohol in their relationship anymore, and I
Hmm.
don't beat my wife or nothing, and she don't beat me, we're all okay, and that you can come through this,
And that you can still be outgoing and have fun even without the alcohol.
right.
The alcohol was doing something else, but it wasn't. It's not wasn't making you who
It
you
made Yeah,
are.
it just
You
made me
know,
think I was,
right?
and actually when the truth comes down to it, it turns out that I was really annoying. I thought I was an okay person, but I was an annoying drunk, and I remember asking a dear friend of mine, does
Mm-hmm.
she feel like she has to keep an eye on me? And she said yes. And it
That's
was
when
like,
you were drinking.
wow, yeah, that's when I was
Yeah.
drinking, and it was like, wow. Let's see, I used to abuse.
I was abused by an alcoholic, and the smell of alcohol makes me feel sick sometimes, especially if I didn't know alcohol was somewhere. Oh, and then you just smell it. Like
Yeah,
that's kind of like with your.
Yeah,
You'll smell it, not expecting it to be there,
I
and
don't
there it
like
is.
it. I don't like
Mhm,
it. I don't want to be. That's why, like I said, we're going to that thing this afternoon to that little
mhm,
party or whatever. We'll go in
yeah.
there. We'll order some wings. I'm going to take it because last time we went
Take
there,
some coffee.
yeah, I asked for coffee and they looked at me like I was a space alien. So Judy had to go down because this is how sweet Judy is. She went down the street to a restaurant, got me a cup of coffee to go, and brought it up there while we could sit
Mhm,
there and have wings with everybody and talk.
right.
So
And then I here's another thing that gets tricky is like I want to be considerate, but I've got to make sure that I'm considerate, but I don't embarrass Edie. Edie can take care of herself and she can stay. And so if she asks me for, says, "Oh, I'd like to have a cup of coffee," I can go get it. But I can't go to Edie and say, "Hey, you need a cup of coffee?
that'd be
Hey,
fine.
can we have this and that?
I
Hey,
like
can
coffee.
yeah,
I like coffee. I'm not
okay."
addicted though. I'm not
Oh,
addicted to
I guess
coffee.
I mean, if I know there's going to be alcohol somewhere, I don't need to look after Edie and take care of things. Edie's a big girl. She can look after herself and take care of things. She can let me know what she wants. I mean, I'm just saying it's just being careful. I guess it's that codependency, being careful not to be codependent as if you need to be taken care of
Yeah.
and you
Yeah, but I
don't.
do think it was extremely sweet of you to go and get me coffee the
Sure,
couple times that
sure,
you have gotten me coffee because
sure.
I like to sit and sip some too. And
Hmm.
I don't do carbonated drinks.
Right. And I
And
know
I
that. Right.
don't
And that
like
you can get,
cranberry juice because it
right,
reminds me of the vodka.
right,
So
right. You can get ginger ale, but it's carbonated. So,
yeah, right. So it makes it hard. I guess I could have ginger ale if I mix it with like maybe lemon juice or
hmm,
orange juice or something.
so I was saying, Sandra saying I never drank, and Wesley saying my husband, when we first dated, had me stop drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that Judy didn't try to stop me from drinking because I might have been like, wait a minute, because my mind frame wasn't
Yeah.
in to having somebody boss me.
No.
Don't tell me what I need to
Yeah.
do. But I knew a long time before I quit that I needed to quit. I knew a long time inside me. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that was it was out of hand. You know, I knew that I couldn't imagine going home to my house and there not being vodka in that house. I can't. I mean, there's a couple of times I can remember doing things that, you know, I mean, I never did nothing like that,
Mm-hmm.
but just, where I had to make sure that I stopped at the store and got my drink and everything's okay. Go home. I was fine. Sit up on my deck. I had a beautiful deck sitting out watching over the world and
Mm-hmm.
sit there and just hammer them down.
So I remember when I was growing up, I had two very, very close friends, my closest friends, and two of these friends both came from families with alcoholism in the family, and I learned a whole lot from them. And among the things I learned from them, of course, that we're responsible for ourselves, but we can't be responsible for somebody else. And we've seen the damage it does to someone who knows they're drinking and someone tries to tell them to stop, then that just makes them drink more. It's
Right.
like, you
Right.
know, and
But
whatever.
those
But
people really they
yeah,
just need help, more help.
yeah. And then I know my mom, whenever I would go out with my mom, like downtown, she would wear a coat with big pockets and put quarters in the pocket. And then somebody would ask for money and she would give it. And somebody told her, they're just going to go get alcohol with that. And she would just look at them and say, I don't care what they're doing with it. They're asking because they need it right now. And that's it.
Right.
So my mom kind of taught me to respect people for who they are and where they are. And that's all we can do. So Edie asked, well, why was I dating her if I knew she was drinking?
Right.
And because she didn't know I knew that you were
Drank as
addicted.
much.
Right.
Yeah, drank as much
Right.
as I was
And it's
drinking.
like I knew, I wasn't born yesterday. But there was nothing to say about it. Edie is who she is, and why I kept dating her. It's like, well, I take risks. There was Edie who who was fun to be with, had a wonderful heart. It's just all is good, and you're
Yeah, so
not
that's what she
defined.
had
You're
told
not
me.
defined by an addiction. You're
But she had
defined by
told
who
me
you
that she could
are.
see so much better in me. And it was just like,
Hmm.
it was like, wow, that is so cool that, somebody can see past. And so when she could see past that and she could see so much better in me, I could see better in me too. I just needed to figure out how to get there, you
Hmm.
know? And I tell you, one thing you would never think of somebody being grateful for, but I had gallbladder. My gallbladder went bad. And when my gallbladder went bad, I had to go in the hospital. And because it was so bad, I mean, I had let it go for so long. Because it was
Yeah.
in so long, I was in the hospital for 10 days with my gallbladder. And
Mhm.
anybody that knows anything about gallbladder, 10 days is an unbelievable amount of
Yeah.
days. But in
Yes.
those 10 days, that gave me all the time to be able to like not have a drink because wasn't nobody bringing
Mhm.
me one at the hospital.
Right.
I was so happy to have that opportunity to be there and dry it out and have a popsicle and everything be okay. So when I
Mhm.
came home, it was just like the big thing was to stay away from it.
Mhm.
That was the big thing, to stay away from it. And I didn't even mind, like, I don't know if there's alcohol here in the house, but I didn't mind having alcohol in the house. I just didn't want vodka in the house because vodka had a special meaning to me. It was just
Mhm.
like that was it, you know. But even now, though, I don't like having it around because I don't drink it, but I still feel that little bit of like, hmm,
Mhm.
so, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid if I have one sip, one tiny, tiny sip, next thing you know, I'll be one of
Yeah.
them people trying to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kind of discovered that with cigarettes. Didn't you think
Oh
cigarettes could
yeah.
launch you into it
Oh
again?
no, yeah. I quit
Uh-huh.
smoking cigarettes for 5 years, and I was on my job, and like all the ladies were going out taking smoke breaks, and I'd go out and I'd make smoke break with them and stuff, and I'd sit there, and one day I just said, "Hey, give me one of them," and before you knew it, I was out buying a whole pack of them and kicked right back into smoking cigarettes like I had never quit after
Mhm.
being off of cigarettes for 5 years. So now,
So it's like the body remembers.
yeah, just kicked right back into it.
So I'll read some here. So Fuzzy Bear is saying, my parents drink a lot, but they raised 9 kids. I think we made them drinking. And Wesley, it was weird because I was not the person to be told to do anything,
I
especially
know.
because Wesley's husband wanted, you know,
Yes.
stop drinking. And the only thing where you're
Did
drinking
it
as
as
an
an escape.
escape.
I believe I honestly I was drinking so young that I didn't even realize. I mean, I know by the age of 14 or so, I was hiding a bottle of like a 40, like a, they call them, we used to call them quarts back
Hmm.
then. They I think they call them 40s now. I don't know what they call them. But we used to hide it right by the school and drink on our way to high school, you know? So
Hmm.
as far as an escape, probably. Let's see.
And then Jared was, well, Wesley said I used to hide my drinking. Jared saying I would beg, Jared mentioned earlier that his dad is addicted to heroin.
Uh,
And he said I would beg my dad to put the heroin down and I had to finally step away because I could not sit and watch him fade away.
right.
Right. And he still does not want help. And then Wesley saying, Jared, it is hard when somebody you love.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it is. I mean, thank you very much for let's sharing this topic. If you
Hmm.
happen to not be a subscriber, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so that you'll get a notification each and every time we put up a video. I appreciate you guys, and I know this is a serious subject, and you guys are so used to us always being as funny as we can possibly be.
Yeah.
It's just that this is a serious subject, and there are a lot of people out there that are dealing with it. That are dealing with heroin, dealing with alcohol, dealing with cigarettes, dealing with
Hmm.
chocolate, dealing with coffee. Um, I teased Judy, and we were out a couple weeks ago with a friend of ours up in Elk County, and I was on the mad hunt for coffee, and I told him, I says, but I'm not addicted, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, how do I say
Yeah.
this? With the life I've lived and the places I've gone and the things I've done and the
Hmm.
things I've seen done, if the worst thing I can find in my pocket would be some M&Ms
And
and
coffee.
coffee, then we're doing
Mhm.
all
Okay.
right. We're doing all right.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we used
Yes,
to
Lori, I
go.
did quit smoking for the second time.
Oh
Judy
yeah.
helped me over that. Let's see. I think it's been I quit smoking before I quit drinking even.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been probably 8 years at least since I've smoked cigarettes,
Hmm.
and it might be and at least 7 years since I've had alcohol.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we used to go to the fairs, and I would drink off my parents' beer. Yeah.
I was a little
And
girl. This is crazy. See, things were so different back then, but they're still, it's still crazy. But I was a little girl, and my dad would drink. He had an alcohol problem, and he had Black Label beer, and he'd say, Edie, I just little. I mean, I bet you I wasn't 5 or so. He'd say, go get me a new beer. And so
Mhm.
I'd take his beer and I'd drink it, and I'd go,
Mhm.
and he'd laugh. He'd think that
Right.
was so funny. I was probably younger than that even.
Mhm.
I might have been 3 or so, just little. And I'd drink the rest of his beer and I'd go get him a beer and bring it to him. And I was so happy because I made my dad laugh.
Right.
It was so fun making my dad laugh. So there I was at the age of 5 or whatever, slinging down the last of his backwash beer, which is a gross thing to think about now.
I'm gonna refill our coffee cup.
So let's see. Um, I am cigarette free for 6 or 7 years, Wesley is. Fuzzy, let's see, did not mean to delete the comment. Oh, you guys deleting comments and I'm not even seeing them. Let's see. There are so many addictions. Yes, there are, Wesley. Let's see. I'm glad that, all you guys are taking control or have control of your situations too. Fozzie said, don't forget sex addiction. Well, I think we can say that here. That I actually seen that on TV the other day. Now, I guess that's one addiction I've never really had, I don't think. Judy,
Yeah.
have you ever suffered from a sex addiction?
From what?
Sex addiction.
Sex addiction.
Yes. Okay,
No.
no. So, have you ever known anybody that has Hey Susie, how you doing? We're just sitting in here talking about addictions. If you wouldn't mind, would you mind going on and giving us a thumbs up? I see that there's 15 people here and there's only 10 thumbs up. So anybody else that would like, please, like you minimize the chat thing and there's like a thing where you click it and do the thumbs up, so that it helps the algorithm know we're here. Let's see. My nephew has a porn addiction. Oh my. Well, you know what? I've heard of that too. It is real. Okay, Wesley, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Please don't misunderstand. I didn't mean to be too funny about it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
people will laugh about sex addiction, but it is very real. And when what happened, what I learned about is when the internet, the digital age, when that exploded, right? And we could get porn on the internet.
right.
A lot of people got addicted because they would, and they would be at work and watching it, and they would leave work and watch. They could never stop watching it, and it incited that addiction. Cyber
So
sex.
so
Yeah.
I don't know if I should ask this. I'm not going to ask it because if you wonder if you should ask it, you probably shouldn't ask it. Let's see. My
Uh,
sister killed herself from opioids. She abused them, wrote her own scripts, and stole them. Well, yes, yes, Sandra, I'm very sorry you lost your sister. I mean, that opiate addiction thing is just unbelievable. Um,
mhm.
it takes out a lot of people. I mean, you would
Yeah.
think that the country would be able to stop this.
Mhm.
You would think they'd be able to
Oh,
stop it.
here's something I wanted to mention. There were a couple of pilot programs, one in the UK and a pilot program that was done here in Pittsburgh, where they worked with legalizing these drugs. And somebody who was addicted to it would be monitored with the doctor so that the doctor would prescribe it in certain times of the day for people who couldn't kick it, who couldn't get off it, and they weren't functioning in life. This program made it legal for them, and the doctor wrote the prescription, and they got just a little bit of whatever they needed to keep them going, but they were able to go to work. They were able to be with their family. Whatever time of day they took it, with the time of day it wouldn't affect their lives.
Mm.
And it was a pilot program to see if, and the purpose was to legalize drugs, so there wasn't all of that, underground stuff going on with,
So, what do you guys think? This is not what I was going to ask
so.
because this is like something serious here. What do you think about how they say like a lot of people say that people that smoke marijuana, it's considered a gateway drug in order to push you off into other
Mhm.
things, and so many states are legalizing marijuana now. What do you think about, like, do you think it's really a gateway drug, or do you think it's just something like that people chill off of, like, or like
Mhm.
they have a beer or whatever, you know? So let's see. I
Right.
saw a lot of people with addiction problems when I used to work in the hospital. I'm sure,
Mhm.
Fozzie, and I'm sure that I wish they would have talked to me honestly when I had my gallbladder out. I wish they would have talked to me a little bit more about it. Like when I first went into the emergency room, they
Mm-hmm.
asked me how often I drank, and I let them
Mm-hmm.
know I drank every day. And they asked me like, "Have you ever gone through alcohol withdrawal?" And it's like, "Are you crazy? Why would I do something like that?" I mean, no, But I think right then they were preparing the paperwork and everything for me, but they never came in to talk to me. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that would have been a good time for them to actually send somebody in, like a social worker or something
Yeah.
like that, to talk to me about,
Mm-hmm.
the alcohol addiction. But I guess they just kept an eye on me and kept me from like going over the edge and dying.
Yeah, what I do think, because they kept asking, they were aware of this. I mean, they take your blood, test your blood, and all the stuff. I mean, all the stuff they did. I think that they knew that there was a high amount of alcohol over time,
Yeah.
and I
Oh
think that
yeah. And that's why it was
they
eating
kept
into
an
my
eye
liver.
on
My
you.
liver was so swollen, the
Yeah.
gallbladder was eating into it.
But if a patient's not going to say something, then they're not going to say something.
Hmm.
But the medical profession still sees your whole body and health and what they're doing.
Yeah. I personally don't think pot is a gateway drug. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Wesley just said.
Yeah,
Yes and no. Some people, once they get high, they
they
chase
chase
a
a
bigger
bigger high.
high. Yes. See, that's what a lot of people say, Jared, is, but
But it's not the gateway drug in the sense like for someone who's not going to chase that bigger high. Just like someone who's going to get tipsy from a beer, but they're not going to chase that getting drunk feeling. I think it's still on the
what to
individual.
say, it's just like people with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You can
you
overdo
can
it.
overdo it.
Well, it
Well,
depends.
there are some people that overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
We personally know some
Mm-hmm.
people that just seem like they're a
I
little
mean, we
bit.
know little kids who spin in circles because they want that high.
I don't know any of them.
Oh, you didn't spin in circles when you were a little kid?
Hell no. My mother said, sit down. She go sit your ass
No, I
down.
didn't mean. I
My
don't
mother
mean.
said, go sit your ass down, Edie. Spin in circles. She'd have put a dust rag in my hand. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spin in a
well,
circle with the
then,
broom.
well, I guess you should have done it out at the park with your girlfriend and not at
Okay.
home in the living room.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Scary Sherry. How you doing? Good to see you.
So, well, it depends if it was laced with something else. Yes, it can lead to other things. But if not laced, I don't think it does because I smoked it way back in the day, but I never wanted to do anything else.
Yeah.
And I know people who smoke it and don't do anything else.
Right.
But
I
yeah.
think I almost feel like I think it's okay. I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah, Wesley remembers doing that
I'll
because I
bet you
did
do,
that.
Wesley.
I used to spin
Spinning
in
around in
circles and get
circles.
all dizzy and say, "Well, this is really cool."
Yeah, you didn't have my mother. She would have handed you the dust mop and said, "Here, keep spinning, don't stop." Yeah, you'd have been like, "Oh no, I ain't going in there spinning with my mom." No. Good morning, everybody. You know what? We've been on here an hour, and I want to thank you so much. This has been a real nice conversation. We've been having. My mom was a drunk. I know. Wesley. My mother wasn't a drink. Keep spinning. I know. She'd put the dust mop in my hand and say, "Keep spinning." Okay. Can please more thumbs up? There's more people in here. Would you make sure anybody that's in here type something in the chat? We're all just trying to help the algorithm here so it knows we're here and knows what's going on. Let's see.
Doctors will prescribe.
I think that's smoke to help people off harder drugs.
Oh, I see.
Let's see. Each person is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah. So there was one period in my life where I was in a marriage before Edie, and I was having some trouble in the marriage, and I mean I didn't really know what trouble, but we were just being unhappy and not being able to figure it out. And so every evening I would just have a liqueur. And so I just thought, well, just a little bit of liqueur, and it was every night I would have it and just sip it.
It just warms you inside, huh?
Just warmed me inside, sure. And it did, it did make me drunk. But so when a doctor asked me when I went to see a doctor, she said, "So how much alcohol do you drink?" And I said, "Oh, I just have, some liqueur every night." She said, "Every night?" I said, "Yeah, but it's just a little bit." She's, "No, that's too much." Because, it had a real high alcohol content in it. I didn't know. It was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I just tried to stop. But then I felt my body pulling for it. And that's what I thought, maybe this is what addiction feels like, because it's not that just, oh, I just want to drink this because it tastes good, but my body somehow was craving it. And so I talked with a therapist about this, and she said, just quit cold turkey for 1 year, one entire year, don't have any alcohol at all. And then if you want after that to try, then see if you still feel that pull. And so I'm giving this story out too because I mean, this
See,
range is everywhere. The
that's where
range is
I feel
everywhere on the
like
spectrum.
alcohol addiction would be so
Mhm.
much different for somebody like that.
Mhm.
Because when a doctor would have looked at me and said, just go 1 year without a drink, I
Mhm.
would have, you're lucky I can go 1 day. I wasn't
Yeah.
going 1 day. I mean,
Mhm.
I'd have it in my car waiting for me to get off work. So I could,
Right.
as soon as I got in my car, man, bam, a
Mhm.
little shot and head on home. I mean, yeah, so to be able to go a whole year,
Mhm.
that's just
And then what was hard, a few things hard with that. It's like, oh, I want it, but okay, don't just do something else in the evenings or whatever. But what was tough is when you get into those social
right.
settings, right? And it's those social settings, and this is what, and I know I had a job where we went off every, twice a year for the job, and we get together with people there and drink, and it was like, no, just don't. I mean, just do 1 year, and that was really, really hard.
Yeah, see, Sherry, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't have a problem with it and everything. We were just asking, I don't know if this was right before you came in. We were just asking people if they thought they might have like if it was like a gateway drug, like some people say, like
Hmm.
but I don't believe that. But different people do say that, and I'm not an authority on any of this or anything. We just felt
Yeah.
like this morning would be a good day to talk about addiction, since there's so many people out there and there's so many different kinds of
Hmm.
addictions.
Hmm.
Like I didn't like when Wesley just brought up about a sex addiction.
Hmm.
I never really thought about a sex addiction. I mean, I love my coffee and I do love some sweets. I mean, I don't limit it to just chocolate.
Hmm.
I don't care what kind of sweets there are. I mean, I have to, like right now, hear that? There's some fudge my daughter dropped off at the house here that's calling to me. And I'm not being, I'm not taking
Hmm.
anything lightly of anybody's opiate addiction,
Yeah.
problems or anything like that, because that stuff is real.
Hmm.
That's real. So what we started this out talking about, can you please make sure you give us thumbs up for whoever's in here? So what we started out talking about was, I know a lady, a friend of mine, that went to jail for falsifying prescriptions for nasal spray. And to me, it was just like, nasal spray. I couldn't quite get it. But since we've been on here this morning, some of the people that are nice enough to chat and talk to us here have let us know that there's a thing with the nasal spray that, like, when you use it, it opens up your nasal passages, and it becomes like a dependent. Your nasal passages become dependent on it. So without that spray feeling, you don't have a
And you feel
you
like you
feel like
can't
you can't
breathe.
breathe. It don't open. So
Right.
so
And so one person here said that when she was feeling that addiction, what she did was just use the spray in one nostril. So the other one did swell, but she could breathe.
right.
And then this one stopped swelling. What it would mean is like after a few days or a few weeks, it stops, it goes
Yeah.
away,
But
the
the
addiction. But you wouldn't know that if you can't breathe. And so she just did one at a time.
Let's see, my mom is a nurse in the hospital. She basically ran the whole floor. She got to the point where she was drinking at work. Yep, she eventually got caught and fired. So sad.
Oh,
I
that is.
understand that, Christine or Chrissy. I do. I
Yeah.
understand that. That's the way with alcohol. I mean, you can't. And I don't. I honestly believe. I mean, and like, I'm not authority. Like I said, I don't believe people that are
Yeah.
truly, truly alcoholics can have that occasional drink. I
Hmm.
think that you just can't. I mean, that's
Hmm.
me. I can't, in my mind, I can't have an occasional drink. If I have an occasional drink, I think it would just
Hmm.
be the road to, in my life,
Yeah.
honestly. Let me say this, because most of you guys know us from TikTok, for the past few years, and our new thing with this and all that.
Hmm.
You know that I've got a nice life. I've got a wonderful wife, a beautiful home, a nice job, a couple great kids, grandbaby. Life is good.
Hmm.
So the last thing I ever want to do is to screw it up by
Yeah.
that one little drink that's going to throw me right over that edge.
Hmm.
And at least I know it'll throw me over the
Right.
edge.
Right. And so, yeah, I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. I have cancer and don't and won't take opioids, right? Everyone but me were addicts in my family growing up, so I just don't dabble.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yes,
see, and that's good that you, I mean, I feel that, bad because you're cancer and everything like that, but at least you know it, at least you saw it.
yeah, yes, this is Sherry. Yes, it's well-known statement. Hi, Sherry. The well-known statement. I think I have an addictive personality and have used marijuana products since the '80s, and I have to say it was not a gateway.
Right. And that's what I feel about it too, Sherry. I mean, I think as long as, I mean, this is what I think. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think as long as you don't have to use it like in the bathroom at work in order to go
Hmm.
back out and deal with your day, I think you're okay.
So I was
I
one of
had a
the
teacher in my the nurses
classes
classes
that
that
got fired
fired.
because she was a drunk.
Yeah.
And I knew way back a long time ago, and I worked for a hospital. Um, I worked in the personnel department, but I remember that there was somebody who was a nurse whose closest friends thought she was addicted to alcohol, and so they did an intervention, and really addressed her with it. But they had a program at this hospital, so that she didn't lose her job, she didn't lose her license. They had a program where she go into this program and stop, then she can be healthy and save her job.
That's
So
right,
you
Fuzzy.
know, marijuana is the gateway
To
to the
munchies.
munchies.
That's right. That's right. You want to see somebody go crazy? Put a lock on that refrigerator. Let's see.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, my thing, I don't think people should go to jail because they're addicted, and I don't think that they should lose their job if they right off the bat. I think there should be programs that people can go through first.
Right. Right.
And
And see, just like this conversation we're having right now, not to bash TikTok again, but do you know that we probably would not be able to have this conversation on TikTok because the algorithm would be triggered thinking that we're encouraging people to do things when we're not
mhm,
encouraging you to do
right.
anything except for maybe eat some chocolate. I do love do love my sweets.
Yeah, here, Liz. Good morning,
Good
ladies. Good
morning, Liz.
morning.
Liz, we're on here talking about a little bit of anything and everything you want to talk about today. If there's anything you want to talk about, all you have to do is type it in the comments right there, and we'll just read it off, and the whole conversation will switch to something else. Right now, what we seem to be talking about is addiction, though, and how I'm addicted to alcohol. I don't drink any alcohol anymore. I used to be addicted to cigarettes too, and I don't smoke cigarettes anymore because I love them both. But I am addicted to chocolate. Love myself some chocolate candy, and but we were also talking about Judy, how you were sharing with them, and I'm only bringing this up
Yeah.
because you mentioned it. How like when you were separated from your last wife, how enjoyed your nightly drink and
That
realized,
wasn't we were separated. That's while we were married,
oh,
and
okay,
I was having some problems. We were having some problems in the marriage, and rather being able to talk about it, we weren't able to talk about it. So instead, every evening I had that shot. But that was another thing though that did happen when that marriage ended. I spent a year where I didn't go get help, emotional help for the end of the marriage or anything. We spent 1 year just not talking with each other. And then after the year, we were able to talk with each other and we were able to do our separation in a nice, clean, amicable way. Right. But that year, I would drink every night. But my drinking every night meant I had a shot and a beer. And that for me was drinking. And it was every night. And I gave myself 1 year. I said, 1 year I do this. And then if I can't shake it, I go get help because it was keeping it just at night, not during the day. It was just keeping it at that level. But what happened is that Edie met me a few years after that. Um, and I did stop. I gave myself that year and I stopped. But Edie had met me, shortly after that with some other friends who had met me around that time who just let Edie know, oh, yeah, Judy, the heavy drinker. Judy drink, man, she can hold it down. I can't keep up with her. And that, of course,
I forgot about that.
yeah. And Edie told me about it later because I didn't know they were saying it. But there was friends, it's like, that just seems so strange. Now, how do I tell Edie? Well, this is when it happened. This is why it happened. This is
Well,
how I
that's what you
controlled
told me
it.
too.
And
that it was
yeah,
during that period of time when you were having
and if
little issues and dealing with it, and that's how you
yeah,
was dealing with it, and
mhm,
you were able to shake it off and realize that this is not the way you want to live your life,
right.
you
And I
know.
knew I was self-medicating. I mean, I deliberately let myself self-medicate for a year until I could start dealing with with the loss.
Right, 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 because
Yeah.
even though the marriage was over, it still hurt,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I totally understand. I
So
don't know.
yeah,
Go
so it's
ahead.
also interesting. I've had other losses. My mom passed away, but I didn't turn to alcohol for it. Right. So I guess that's kind of important to know too. It's not my go-to place every time there's a loss.
Yeah, so that's not
Yeah.
even heavy drinking.
No.
No,
Yeah.
but
But it's every day.
when it's not heavy drinking, but
Right.
when you realize that you can't go to sleep without having that drink. It's not like when you
Mhm.
develop a habit of, like, I won't go to bed unless I have my sherry at night.
Mhm.
That is a problem,
Mhm.
because you have to be able to go to bed without your drink.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you have it once a week, oh well, whatever. But if it's an every night thing and an everyday thing, in order to
Mhm.
go to bed, or order to go talk to my in-laws or
Yeah.
whatever, then it's a problem.
Yeah, and self-medicating is a serious issue. Yes, it is, and that's the thing. I mean, again, like I knew I was self-medicating. I did go to a therapist afterwards for some help, and she said, "Why didn't you come to me right away?" And I said, "I wasn't ready. I couldn't talk about it right away." I said the pain was too deep to talk about it right away.
That's right. You got to have your sherry at night before you go,
Say
before
Sherry,
and after
that's
bed.
right, Sherry.
Hey, anybody out there, make sure you're giving us that thumbs up. I think they said you minimize the chat box and there's a thumbs up, and you just go ahead and click on that thumbs up, and that'll help send the algorithm that we're out here. I appreciate you guys so much. I mean, I hopefully we're doing something positive to help you guys, just like you're doing something positive for us to have the opportunity to share this and talk about it and everything. I know it's helping somebody out there. Let's see, I found out after my sister passed away that she had been drinking, and she
And she
never
never drank,
drank.
so you never saw her drink. Is that what you
Right.
mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember I remember when I was just a little girl, oh geez, probably 12 or so. I had an aunt that would, like, every once in a while, she would learn how to make these fancy drinks like pina coladas and stuff like that. And I had a cousin that was about my age, and she would make those fancy drinks, and she would ask us as little girls, she'd say, you guys want one of these fancy drinks? And I would always say no, because there was a little piece of me that was just like, no, no, no alcohol, no, no, no alcohol. And my cousin would say yes. But I think when it all came down to it, it went like this. I went with my friends that we just weren't having fancy little pina coladas.
Mhm.
And she ended up going to Bible study. And things just.
Oh, funny. We have a 96-year-old client. He has a shot a day. When he was in the hospital, almost died. I brought him a shot, and he perked back up and is home now.
Right. And we know what that is, right, Jared? And I just feel
Yeah.
like, when you're 96 years old, do what you do.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, if you want to have a big old steak with marinated onions on top of it and everything, have it, eat it, enjoy. Have it. I don't think you should limit yourself to anything when you get to be that
Mhm.
age.
Or each person decide for themselves still.
Right, but I also think you should not have like an espresso. Just stay away from that espresso.
So in coffee, so we have morning coffee, on Saturday and Sunday, and we're drinking a lot of coffee. But we're not drink. I always think I drink a lot of coffee during the week too. I'm an editor and writer, and so the thing in my mind is, when you edit, you drink coffee and eat a donut, right?
Hmm.
So I'm sipping coffee all day, but I'm really not. What I have is coffee in my cup, gets cold. I go warm it up and sip some more. And then when I go it gets cold. So so I'm really just having one cup a day, constantly replenishing to warm it up.
Yeah, it's
So my
coffee
must,
though.
yeah,
It's okay. You
yeah,
can.
no, but it's just like,
Anybody ever been into rehab for
yeah.
coffee? Do
Well,
they
like you
have
said,
have
coffee. Yeah,
rehab for the sex addicts?
yeah, they do.
So when you go to rehab for, Jared and Wesley probably know the answers to this. When you go to rehab for being a sex addict, like, what do? They like take away your porn, or How's it work? You guys. And
And
Susie, you don't have to retract your message. Whatever you want to say, just say it. It's okay. I'm glad you're
and
here. We're all glad you're here. I got 14 thumbs up. Now I see like we're short a little bit. And if you're sitting here listening to Judy and I yak on and pour out our hearts about our addictions and our loves and losses and all that kind of stuff, the least you can do is give us a thumbs up. Let's see.
you see, so here's what she, my mother-in-law is 93, and we let her have whatever she wants.
Wait, look at this.
Right?
Okay, he's talking about they put a lock
Look
on
on
your
your
partner.
partner and you suffer through it.
How many weeks does it take to get over it? This isn't TikTok. How many? Let's see.
Remember going to restaurants with family as a kid? I always had a Shirley Temple.
Right, right.
You know,
Which
it's the
which
culture.
made you
The
which
children is
made you
the
feel
culture.
kind of special because it was like an
Hmm.
alcoholic drink, but it wasn't really an alcohol. Which then when you get to the point where you can have a little alcohol in it, it's like, oh, I'm special now. Okay, wait. Let's see.
Yeah,
My addiction. Go ahead.
my addiction is my grandkids, seeing them learn and grow, especially my grandson who has autism.
See, and that's honest to
Yeah.
God, we were talking about that too, Susie, about addictions, like how people use things. I don't see no problem with
Mhm.
it, but how people, like, unless it's interfering with your relationship with your partner or your job, because a
Mhm.
lot of people, I think if I had a grandkids, I'd be at every ball game too. But I think that we all have a balance. There has to be
Yeah.
a balance.
Mhm.
And that's what's important. And that's what happens with alcohol is we lose the balance, or opiates or any of that kind of stuff. And,
Right.
you lose the
Mhm.
balance.
Mhm. And I think, being all there for your grandkids and doing everything for them, that would make them know
Oh, yeah.
that
Make
they're
them
loved and
special and everything.
they
Oh,
feel
yeah.
good about themselves and
And
they
you know
know they
what? You
matter.
keep an eye on things, make sure
Yeah.
everything goes on good with them too. Because with
Mhm.
grandma, they're watching it and making sure that everybody's on the up and up. So I also see where Wesley said they lock you in a room with your partner. Now, Wesley, I don't think that's going to work for that sex addiction thing.
Mm. 7 days to break an addiction, I think I would die.
Let's see. I would guess therapeutic exercises. Are we still talking, Sherry? Scary Sherry, are we still talking about sex addiction when you're talking about therapeutic exercises? So, somebody Google that. What's a therapeutic exercise for sex addiction? Da da da. Learn to work your eyebrows.
Ah.
Let's see. I clicked the arrow before I finished. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's see. That's the point of addiction. Oh my. Oh my. I don't even know what to say now. I'm kind of almost
Ah.
speechless. Go ahead.
Now you speechless.
Yeah, I think I need
Wow.
a piece of candy or something.
I think I'll go and we're making jokes about sex addiction. The thing is that we do know that
Mm,
there really is sex addiction. And
this
we
is
were
true.
talking about the cyber sex addiction too, people, when the internet got first came out and people were able to watch it when they were at work too. It became a problem.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but let's see, y'all great. Oh.
Oh, thank you very much, Susie.
And Amber, yeah, I saw you come on, Amber. And so there's a birthday card in the mail for Edie because
Oh,
Edie's
thank
gonna
you.
have a birthday tomorrow.
I turned
Yeah.
64 years old tomorrow. I know it's hard to believe. 64 years old and I'm gay and I'm happy and I don't drink alcohol anymore. And, geez, it don't get much better than this. My shoulder
Yeah.
feels pretty good today too. Let's see, my husband watches porn. Well,
Watching porn is fine.
yeah, it's
We're talking about the
when it
addiction. It's
starts
not.
interfering. I don't think there's anything wrong with watching it. I think when it starts interfering with your life,
Mm-hmm.
when you can't, like, I don't know, when you can't
Mm-hmm.
perform with your partner, or when you can't like leave the house,
Mm-hmm.
or you're like,
Can't concentrate on your job.
yeah, because you're running in there trying to look at your phone.
And let's see, probably a chastity belt will help sex addiction.
Nah, don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope. No, that baby right on. Big old hacksaw.
Ow. Wesley's gonna send you the card, but it's gonna be late, but it's in the mail.
Oh, thank you so much. Yep. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Edie. Thank you, Sherry. Can you believe it's 64? I
64?
got one
I
more
thought
year.
63.
No, I'm
64?
getting ready to turn. I'm 63 right now.
Oh, you're 63 right now. See, I
Yeah,
always forget. I'm
tomorrow I'll be
always behind a
64.
year.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you very much,
Because that
everybody.
means next year you turn 65 and you're eligible for the silver sneakers and all
Everything.
kinds
I
of
get
stuff.
all the good
Are
stuff.
you
Well, right now I get the discount
sure?
at the
Yeah.
Goodwill,
Yeah.
and what other kind of discounts I get? All kind of discounts.
And Wesley's saying you look 44.
You know that's right, Wesley. You know that's right.
Yeah, my
Let's see.
hubby used to watch them. I guess we're talking about porn only thing, and asked him to keep them up when the boys were little, but he left one in the VCR, and our
Ah,
oldest turned it on. I'm
ooh,
like, no more videos.
oh.
Mhm. Happy birthday, Edie. Have an amazing birthday. And Judy, don't tell me you're gay too. I'm so shocked.
Yes, she is. But who am I to make her come out? It couldn't be this outfit.
Well, Edie did make me come out. Well, I mean, she didn't make me come out, but Edie did bring me out. She brought me out onto TikTok and onto YouTube because I was always behind the camera. I was never in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Hmm. So Edie brought me out.
Thank you very much, everybody. Anybody that's hanging in here and enjoying having some coffee, get yourself another cup of coffee. Let's see what we want to talk about.
Your birthday.
Mm.
What's it
Mm.
going to be like to go from 63 to 64? Oh, we get to no. What was the song when I'm 64? Oh, good. I get to
When
sing
I
the
get
Beatles song for you all
older,
year long. You're just gonna love it. I can't sing it on YouTube because they no block it because it's copyright.
oh, so
That we do
I
have a
think you
trouble on
can sing
YouTube.
it. You just can't play the music.
Mm.
I think you can sing it.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when
Ooh.
I'm 64? 63 to 44. That's right.
Let's see. I'm
Edie, I
here.
knew
I'm
that.
preparing a whole chicken in a crock pot. Yeah. Edie, I knew the power of my eyebrows.
Yeah, because you brought me out. See,
Yeah.
Michael doesn't like to be on camera either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it actually, I enjoy it anymore. I love getting on here and talking to everybody and having a good time with it, and sharing anything we can think of that anybody wants to talk about. I'm glad that today that so many people wanted to share about the addictions in their
Yep.
family and dealing with them and everything. That was nice. It turned out to be a good topic. Let's see. There's a
Ooh,
video.
there's a video on my TikTok where he's in my video. We're gonna go look for that
Yes.
so we can see what he looks like.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it on my thing. That's the only way I'll remember.
And Edie helped me come out. I'm straight on TikTok too when I duetted a dance with her.
Ah.
Yeah. See, Edie's got that power in her. Yeah, I
Watching my
know.
brows.
Because even the first year when I met you at the festival and I was afraid of you, I still went looking for you the second year.
Sure did.
I
That's
went
because I
looking
had
for
all
you.
this charm going
That's
on.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And actually, I thought the alcohol was making me have the charm. I didn't realize that I had all this behind it. I was like, yeah. Yeah. How you doing? Let's see. I got the ultrasound done on my liver on the 31st and got to have bone scan.
But I don't know when I got to have it done. My levels on some stuff is high.
Ah, hey, well, Susie, I'm really sorry you're going through all that. That's a lot, you know. Uh,
Edie, yeah.
Edie's energy is beautiful. Thank you very much. I am a natural flirt. I can't help it.
help it.
Me too, Wesley. Me too. I try to resist. I try, like I do. I really try, you know.
Edie has an addictive personality.
Oh my God. Maybe you need a little rehab.
You're as old as you feel.
As long as I'm sitting in this chair, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's when we stand
Get up
up.
when I get up and walk.
I was thinking about this. I was telling Edie the other day, folks look at us and it's an older couple and oh, and we want that when we get, when we get that age, want to be with somebody that we love and all this. And I'm thinking they don't know that when we walk, the bottom of my foot hurts. And when Edie trying to do something with her arm, it doesn't go up. And
Hey, Sandra or Adrian, how you doing? Nice to see you this morning. Hey, Tran, good morning. Nice to see you this morning, too. Since you just stepped in, would you do us a favor and do the thumbs up thing? Like they said, you minimize the chat here and do a thumbs up because right now there's only 14 thumbs up and we need at least
well, there we got
18.
another one. There we go.
Okay, it's
Very good, very
15.
fast.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see, I'm 55 and my knees feel like 75. I know there's a 16. Okay, a couple more thumbs up and we'll be happy for a little
Yeah,
while.
keep getting that algorithm out
Yeah.
there.
Let's see. Cool emojis. Not
Mm.
as cool as our faces on TikTok. Oh, yeah. Well, I keep
Yeah.
messing up with that TikTok. I
And we
mean,
don't, and they don't even let us know what. If
right.
we knew what, like, what word are we not allowed to say?
Yes. I mean, they do say about or what is it, community guidelines and stuff, but they don't have it like clear, like I just don't know. I'm not allowed to talk about nothing.
Oh, I think I'm 80 in those years. Feel like I played NFL.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. It's a little chilly in here this morning, don't you think?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm all bundled up.
I think we need to
I
crank the
thought
heat
I
up a little
thought you were
bit.
gonna put the heat on for us when you got up. I just
Hey,
thought
good
you would do it.
morning, Elmira. How you doing? No rain today, but it's chilly and cloudy looking.
So
I saw where Elmira made banana nut bread, I think it was the other day. Sure
oh, I
enough,
like banana nut
I do
bread.
too. She sure did. I like slices of it with cream cheese on it. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a real nice way to have it.
Yeah,
Even just regular plain was
I just like
nice.
it plain.
Or
Yeah,
I like it
nice.
warmed with a little butter on it,
So hey, but where was it? Yeah, Fuzzy Bear just gave us the title we can put on this one.
What?
Rainbow Grannies Rehab.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds good to me, Elmira.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to drop off any ingredients? Let's
Yeah,
see.
that weather
So,
changed up fast. That's what I was going to say. We were on here just a few weeks ago. Everybody burning up with 104-degree weather, and now all of a sudden we get up in the morning, it's like 40.
yeah, so what we were talking about, since we got some new people that jumped on here, we were talking about addiction this morning. We were talking about a little bit of everything, because it turns out a lot of people in here have relatives or people like me that were, on alcohol and, cigarettes and all that kind of stuff. So we were just talking about those kind of things. So it gave everybody a chance to, let that out, and porn addictions and
Mm-hmm.
sex addictions, and wonder if there's stuff like
Yeah.
this is one thing I won't be addicted to. I'm not one for too much reading. I like it when I lay there. Ooh, looky here.
This is
Oh,
the
what?
playwright.
That's a book.
It's a bunch of plays
It's called Clip
played
Notes.
by Holly Hughes.
Well, isn't this something?
Yeah. What
So
Edie's showing is that this book is called Well of Loneliness, written in like the 1920s, and she got taken to court for writing that book. So Holly Hughes came out with a play called Well of Horniness
let's see.
many years later.
I have
Have a wonderful Sunday,
Okay,
everybody.
thanks, Sherry. Thank you for coming out and hanging with us.
I make a keto banana bread and keto chocolate chips.
Oh, I'll eat anything. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, not anything, Jared.
Happy birthday, Edie. May life always bless you, my friend.
Oh,
Thank you,
Sandra. Is it Sandra? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, we don't know if it's Sandra or Sandra. Okay.
No, we couldn't show that book on TikTok.
Mm-mm.
No.
I talked about it, but I talked about the title of the play and not the title of the book.
Yeah. I don't think that would work. Let's see. Lose the live chat when you edit a live. What's that?
So I'll have to go back and see when we edit the live chat, then YouTube, when we edit a live video, then the chat disappears. But I have to look because I'm always changing just the title, but I'm not editing the video itself. So I'll take a look at that and make sure the chats don't go away because that's what's fun to read.
Right, right. Let's see, to Wesley. No, I am not from New York, but
We're named after the city in New York. Long story.
ah, were you conceived in New York? In because I could have been named Wheeling. You know, hi, I'm Wheeling, West Virginia. How you doing? Oh my goodness.
Granny, I have a question for you. So, someone like me, what should I do?
Well, honey, we don't know what your question is, honey. And now, if you're just saying you're trans, well, what I think you should do is just live your life and try
Hmm.
to be as comfortable with who you are as you can be.
And
You
if
know,
you're living anywhere where they're putting laws up against you, fight the laws and move someplace friendlier if you
right?
can. You know.
Yesterday we were in we were over at Shady Side here in Pittsburgh area, and anybody that's from the Pittsburgh area realizes that Shady Side is a very gay friendly area.
Hmm.
So I'm sure almost everywhere that people live, there's got to be,
A
uh,
neighborhood that's
yeah.
a gay friendly neighborhood. They call it gayborhood.
Wesley would be Johnson City.
Maybe just Johnson.
Oh my,
I
you
see.
guys are nuts. Okay, well, I'm going to step away for a few minutes. I got something to take care of, and Judy's on her own here for a minute. So you guys keep her going.
Oh
I
wow.
see right now, and there's a few more people here than we got thumbs up. So come on, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up. That means minimize the.
Shady Side, great name. Yeah, I never thought about that. Shady Side being the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Shady Side is like it's shade, like the down,
I
like.
don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. Let's
Hmm.
see. Is it your
Yeah, it's
birthday, Edie?
birthday
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's my birthday. I turn 64 tomorrow. Yep.
Will you still need me? Will
So
you still feed me? See,
I
I'm gonna
think
sing that all year long. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
make you
wear my
crazy.
assless chaps tomorrow for my 61st
Oh,
birthday. And if
okay.
TikTok wouldn't be like spanking me, I
Uh-huh.
would have probably wore them on TikTok on one of our little
Oh,
private subscriber
subscribers.
only, wouldn't it, for my birthday?
Yeah. 44. Wesley saying 44. We keep
You
saying
right.
64. He's saying, no, you look
On the
44.
right side. Thank you. Show them Destin how to do
That's
that.
out of the live to
Keep my
be able
butt
to
from
give a
showing.
thumbs up. Okay.
Ready?
Grab it.
You
Oh,
are.
good. Hey, lady, this showbiz. My wife's birthday Tuesday.
All right.
Ah, and she's saying Ashley Chap do it. So here we go. Amazon All Stars 13 lesbian plays. Because a lot of you know that I'm a playwright and I read a lot of plays, so I love lesbian plays. So 13, and one of them was called Amazon All Stars. And so that's another book if you like plays and you want some lesbian plays, there you go. Everybody know who Edie Windsor is, right? I know these are a lot of books I keep bringing back because if you haven't read them yet, you may want to. Normally a biographical book about somebody, key player in the LGBT community, you could find maybe not being that interesting. But this book reads like a pulp novel. I mean, Edie Windsor, it's her memoir, A Wild and Precious Life. She's the one who helped make gay marriage legalized in the United States. So that if you don't know it, now you do. And she was out there in the world in the 1950s. And so that's why I'm saying it reads like a pulp novel. She doesn't just say, oh, this is what we did and it was what the court case was, because you can get all of that in the newspaper. But she talked about what it was like meeting women back in the 50s, and what it was like dating and what it was like where did they hang out and what did they do and who loved whom and who dated whom and who cheated on whom and all that good stuff. all the neat stuff that like, wow, this was always going on. Read a book. It is great. It is a fantastic book. She's a fantastic woman. So let's see. Tran, do you like the person back? Oh, okay. So this is Tran. We're missing something. Maybe if you can put that in here again when Edie gets back and we can talk about it. Okay, Tran? And Judy, would you read gay plays? You mean like here on TikTok, or do you mean do I read them? I'm not quite sure what you mean. And then there's so much LGBTQ life in history and literary history we need to catch you guys up on. Yeah, and you look really good for 64. This is for you, Edie, because I'm only 62. Keep on doing whatever you've been doing. Thanks for sharing the book with you. Yes, you're welcome. Judy, start a book list. Yes, I will. And you know what's cool is that this keeps me looking for more books and new books because I'm not addicted to reading, but I do read all the time. And when I can get lost in a book, that's when I get really excited. You can read a book, puts you in another world, like the Edie Winslow one, puts you in that world. I couldn't put it down when I started reading it.
No, I'm not eating fudge.
Oh, did you bring me some? Well, that's because you didn't know, right? Because I always say, no, I'm dieting. I can't have any.
It's the last chunk.
Oh, I'll share it with
No,
you.
you can have it all.
Look at this.
It's the last chunk of fudge.
Tastes really good. Oh, you're going to have me here eating it all by myself?
I'm going to move the cat. The cat's on my chair.
Cat will do that.
That little tiny kitten.
He was 1.5 weeks old when we found him in the window well, in the yard.
Okay, you go play.
So, would you read male gay plays? I am writing. Oh, yeah, definitely, Wes. Yes, I read them all. If you're writing one, yes, I will read it. I would love to read it. I'd like to hear some plays on audio. Yeah.
Yes, Destin, she does link some of them with the Amazon link.
So I'll put all these on that I talked about. I'll put them all on today.
Let's see. I would really be nice to read some excerpts of some of the plays on your show. Yes, I've talked. People have talked to Judy about that, but she's kind of shy about reading them. We went to see. Oh, Elmira, you'll like this because you're from Pittsburgh too. I don't know if you know Mark Southers. He has
he has a play called The Bluegrass Mile.
The name of the playhouse is.
Oh, and he's Pittsburgh playwright.
Right. So he just bought a.
They just renamed his theater company, by the way, after Carter Redwood. If you ever watch FBI International, Carter Redwood is an actor on there, and we met him, or I met him when he was a 14-year-old kid.
Okay, so he just bought a big school up in
over in the Hill District, and he turned it into a theater. So what it is, you've got the auditorium theater, and then he's building some studio theaters in there, and he's got some rooms going for theater classes.
Right. So the theater was really pretty inside. You know, they've done a wonderful job. So we went yesterday to see that play, the
Bluegrass Mile.
Yeah, and it was very nice.
It's about horse racing.
It had to do with black jockeys in 1870s, and it was a wonderful play. So Elmira, if you get a chance to get out there and see that play, get there.
Go see it.
You'll like it. You'll like it
because for a couple more weeks in October. Definitely go see it.
Yesterday we went and it was the afternoon, and so that made it real nice because it felt funny when we came outside and it was still daylight.
And it was still daylight because we went to the matinee. Right.
Yeah. Then we went and had a real nice dinner at some kind of Japanese restaurant down. I can't remember where that was at neither. But it was good.
In Shadyside.
Oh, I'll tell you what was funny there. Judy and I both wanted the lemon chicken, but the waitress thought we said lo mein chicken.
So when she brought the dish to us, and I said, well, "No, this isn't what we ordered. We ordered lemon chicken." She said, "Yes, that's it."
No, but it sounded like
And I didn't
evidently
find out until we got to check and it said lo mein chicken because I thought it doesn't
lemon,
taste
lo
lemony.
mein.
I thought it looked like lo mein, but
But
okay.
it was good anyway.
It was good.
I'm going to eat some leftovers here in a little while.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thanks for sharing, Judy. Elmira says, yes, I do. Herman Boston says, are you taking pictures and putting it on YouTube for your birthday?
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, hadn't really
Well, I
thought
think
about it.
then because we've been going on dates and all that this weekend for like a birthday weekend, and so we'll be putting those up on
Yeah,
YouTube.
she did make. She's working on a video. She got a couple of videos, and they're not really birthday. They're just
Yeah.
basically our trip the other day when we went on the Gateway Clipper for dinner, and
Right.
a few things like that. Let's see. I love hearing about all your adventures. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chrissy. We love having adventures. It feels so good to be out there and
Yeah.
about. And that's one nice thing about meeting someone like Judy. My sister was even teasing me the other day when I was telling her about when we were going up to Erie to look at the steelhead,
Hmm.
and she just told me, how lucky I am to find someone who's willing to go up and look at the steelhead fish, and how most people would be like, I don't want to go see no steelhead fish, or I don't want to go,
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to see the
Really.
elks and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't think. I mean, I was there before, and I don't think in this end of my life, I want to be with someone that doesn't want to do what I want to do, or at least have a decent compromise.
Hmm.
I may not want to go to all the plays, but I will go to some of them, and I'll
Hmm.
go because the dinner's involved afterwards.
Yeah, and I do try to pick plays. I think when I ask you to see a play with me because I think it's one that she'll enjoy. And let's see, I love hearing about and so because Amira was saying it would be really nice to read some excerpts from some of the plays
Uh huh.
that you show. So after this, I'm going to put a link. I've done it in one of our lives before. I'll put a link because one of my you know lesbian love story plays is on YouTube. It's a 10-minute reading on YouTube. And so I'll put a link down for that.
So, Fuzzy Bear, you have a son. How about everybody type in there? How many kids do you have? Because I know you all guys know almost everything about us. So, how many kids do you all have? Well, I'm sure they're all
Yeah.
grown up now because.
Yeah. Okay. I want to understand this yellow chicken that the son made one time when he was a little boy and he turned the chicken yellow, or you mean he really made yellow chicken? Like, so, Susie, I have two sons.
None, but my
Unfortunately,
girlfriend has four. That's cool.
yeah.
That still gives you a lot of lunches to pay for a pack.
Right. Two kids. Nice. That's true because we always like to know, I have one kid and Edie has two kids and they're all grown up. And then together we got one grandkid.
Right. So it's nice that we get to see
Hmm.
what you guys have too. Oh, okay. Christina's got two boys and a girl in in heaven, an angel.
Hmm. You look,
Let's
I'm still
see.
reading it.
You have
Ah,
five grandkids. Oh, that's
wow,
nice.
that is
Oh,
nice having five
yeah, that's why you're so busy
grandbabies.
doing all them sporting events
Yeah.
and all that.
Still looking for more grand,
So we're
more
gonna be
babies.
winding up here soon. Let's see, four fur babies.
Dog, two cats, and a rabbit.
All right. Let's see. It's a
Okay, it's a
Mexican.
Mexican dish, yellow chicken. You
Oh,
just had
okay.
to ask. I just okay. That sounds really good.
One
One and
and
done.
done. Oh, come on.
Ah, that's because the baby is still
Michael.
baby.
Let's see, says, morning, beautiful ladies. He saw y'all on our big TV. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
nice.
I gotta make sure I'm looking good. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I forgot I gotta start putting makeup on, huh?
Maybe
Because we
we
got
need
these big
we need them.
TVs to
We
watch
need
them on.
one of them makeup people.
That's right.
Makeup. Give me one of them big makeup pad things.
Hmm.
I have. Let's see, one lovely daughter. Yes, you do, Amara. Let's see, three cats, one dog, and one hermit
Raised
crab.
one from 15, and she's in college now.
Let's see,
You're good. And
Sean.
I'll
Our
go.
girls are. Oh, go ahead. You can read it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Our girls are 20s, and we're going to be the first time grandparents. That's great.
Yay!
Congratulations.
One lovely daughter and 3 cats and 1 dog and 4 hermit crabs. Two
Let's see,
cats.
Christy.
Okay,
I
two
had
cats.
trouble keeping the hermit crabs alive. I'm impressed that you have four. Well, something about boiling water and butter that makes them. You didn't use boiling water and butter, did you? Because I hear that's not the good way. Let's see, two kids, one son in law. I consider my son and seven grandkids. Wow. My niece is
Nice.
32. I helped raise her.
Yeah. I have a whole tank set up. Yeah, have you met a married daughter?
Yes. Just
Okay.
just
Because
briefly.
I didn't meet them, right?
Yeah, we both said hello at one of the.
Oh, I remember. I'm sorry. I got you. Yeah. I'm sorry. My mind was on the blink here for a
Mhm.
second. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that may have been a problem. That butter and that boiling water will, you know, this. Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, anybody else got anything you want to talk about? Because this has been a really nice morning, and I want to thank you all for coming here and making us laugh. And hopefully, we made you laugh and gave you something to, you know, think about during the day.
No makeup, natural beauty is the
Oh,
best.
thank you very much.
And have you all been to Lake George, New York? I haven't been. Have you ever been to Lake
No,
George, New York? That
no,
good fishing? Is that why you're bringing it up?
it's probably got a warm cabin right now with a fireplace and a big quilt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Love our chats this morning. Thank
Good.
you,
I'm
Destin.
glad.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad we could share with you and make it all good and fun. And we love doing this. We love doing it. I do wish we could do it a little more often.
Yeah.
Hey, Chick Kelly, good morning. We're getting ready to say goodbye, though. We've been on here for a good while, and we've been on actually 2 hours this morning because we didn't do TikTok. We only did YouTube today. So, we want to thank everybody. We'll be back here next weekend. Um, Probably
Might even be on TikTok
we
next
might be.
weekend if we get out of the
I'm grounded.
doghouse.
I'm grounded until the 21st on TikTok. So,
And I think that's, but we don't know what, I have to see what time because it is.
8:30,
Okay.
whatever time I got in trouble. So that means we made it 30 minutes yesterday before I got in trouble. Enjoy your birthday week. Glad to go. Aw, thank you so much, Sean. Yeah. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you getting ready to click buy?
Well, I didn't know
Well, we
if we're
still got.
going.
I'm just
Oh,
saying my
okay.
buys and
Okay.
reading and
I'm
let's
going to
see.
have to call off on Saturdays. Well,
No, don't call off on
yeah, do
Saturdays.
we gotta
You
do
got.
worky, but
You're
we
not
got
that
work over
addicted.
here, and
You're not that addicted. That means when you start doing something and it interferes with your family and your job and what you need to be taking care of business, then that means you have a problem. And don't let Rainbow Grannies be your problem. Don't try to blame it on us. If you can't be here on Saturdays because you got to work, you'll be here on Sundays because we'll be here on
on Sunday.
Sundays.
And if we're still doing YouTube on Saturday, so that video will still be there.
That's right. Because it
Mhm.
records it and it's going to play it over again. You know, we love seeing you guys. Let's see. I'm going to have a wonderful birthday.
Okay.
I am. Let's see. Do y'all get a breakdown of the reactions like TikTok hearts? You know what? It may do that. I don't know if it does or not. I don't really take time out to look. It can be so overwhelming, like even with the TikTok stuff, reading all that stuff, and it's to me, it's overwhelming. It's maybe because I'm 64 tomorrow that when I have to look up all those stats and stuff and the things that TikTok sends me, that I don't look for any more of them. I've been looking for those and at those because, since we went subscribers on TikTok, I need to try to keep an eye on that and everything because it's kind of nice to see when you send me gifts. like the hearts and roses and the
Mhm.
cowboy hats and all that cool stuff that people send us on TikTok, that TikTok actually cuts a little bit of a check now, and they
Mhm.
send us a little bit of a check. And so that is kind of cool. My
Mhm.
sister, she was real adamant about Judy and I um, monetizing that and everything. And I was like, nah, I don't want it. But you know what? It turned out to be pretty darn cool. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
lot. We'll not retire or nothing like that, but it's just nice to know that everybody that's watching
Mhm.
us on there, how much they appreciate, and how, throwing a few cents here and there at us and making us smile. It's like, wow, I get a little check
Yeah.
for that. That's cool.
Yeah. And Wesley's saying it's not the same, I think, watching the video after rather than being on here. Wesley, I wanted to say something to you. I wanted to let you know you asked if I would read some of my poetry on Sunday when you're on, and I haven't done it yet because I need to work myself up to it. And I'm letting you know that you have inspired me to work myself up to it to do that. So, and I would definitely do it on a Sunday when I know you can be there.
Get
So.
get that bag. Yeah, really. No, it ain't that much. I mean, heck, we'd be lucky to go up there to Burger King. But it's still nice. It's still nice to get
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
It's really nice because before I used to be like, nah, don't worry about that. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm all about it now. So it
The
really,
closer you get to retirement, huh?
yeah, it really hurt. It hurt my feelings when TikTok put it off of there, and I thought, what you mean to say we ain't gonna get our $15 today? You know, damn. Let's see. I need to get to that level. Oh, okay. Maybe you're talking about where you get some gift junk. That's nice. Makes you feel real good. Makes you feel like, people care, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's cheerful and everybody has fun seeing them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm having fun watching all these happy birthday Edie's and all these,
Yeah, the little hearts going up
the
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 side and
hearts and the
stuff.
balloons and the gifts and the cake
Yeah, it's
because it's your
nice.
birthday
It's my
tomorrow. It's
birthday.
your
Happy
birthday tomorrow.
birthday. It's my birthday. Oh, wait. Does this give Judy a chance to sing the song that we always sing to everybody else?
I think so. I think it does. I think I'm going to see if I can pull one flag out of here.
You guys ready?
I say, whoa, we ready?
Yeah.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Shout hooray, hooray.
Hooray!
It's what I came to say.
To
To say
say.
another year older and wiser too. Whoop! Happy birthday to you.
Thank you,
Happy
Judy.
birthday, Edie.
Hey, thank you, everybody.
So
We
you all
enjoyed
have a
being
great,
here.
great rest of the day. What today? Is today
Sunday.
Sunday?
Mhm.
So we'll see you next weekend.
Yep. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye. I love the little flags going up. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye.